Welcome back, everyone. This is Thomas Triple T Tie with another new bullish crypto analysis. Before we dig in and take a look at the Bitcoin daily chart, remember this is not financial advice and is for edutainment only. Feel free to smash the like, ring my bell, hit subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section. Let's dig in and take a look at one news item before we dive into the chart. I mentioned earlier in the the market news video, that institutional crypto funds see large capital inflows for the last 3 months. You know, we've been hearing about institutional adoption for years, but it is a metric that it plays an important role, and we want to keep an eye on it. I'm gonna leave a link to this article from Cointelegraph in the Twitter tweet chain, whatever you call it. So feel free to check that out. But it's a metric that we want to keep an eye on. So with that, let's dive into the chart. Trading view, the daily time frame, and we need the mouse highlighter coming on here. Here we go. So here's Bitcoin, where it is at right now. Bitcoin did push against the 200-day moving average, this red line here, very important resistance line. As I mentioned in the previous video, it's not been able to push past that since the end of December 2021. So it tested it multiple times here on the 2 days in a row and multiple hours. Couldn't do it, couldn't break through. And so it pulled back. It's currently at 47.5, which has been chopping around for hours. And so a break above that, like I mentioned before, it would be extremely bullish, but I don't see that happening unless we have some more crazy buy orders from Luna, or I know Microsaylor bought at the same time as Luna Foundation. So yeah, I think it's gonna crap here sideways and eventually pull back slightly, but would be very bullish if it broke above. This is the 8th bullish candle, and it's riding right along the Bollinger, the top of the Bollinger Band. You can see here it hit the top and just riding along that. When it hits the top, it means that it's overbought, and you can see here it hit the top and rode it for 3 daily candles, actually 4. This is a wick up here, and then it dropped back down. So we are like 1, 2, like here it actually touches here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this whole segment here, literally, like all, what is that, 9? Nah, I think it's 8. All 8 candles are touching this top Bollinger Band one way or another, except for this one. This one's slightly down from it, but so eventually it's gonna come down. That's just math. So yeah, the 200-day moving average remains a major resistance. It's currently overbought in the RSI and the RSI down here in KDJ area, and we'll take a look at those in a bit. Volume for today dropped below the average, with the last 2 days being over average, but it's still really weak volume. Let's take a look at the Bollinger Band. Bottom of the Bollinger Band is right down here, and that is roughly at 36.4. The top, which is way, actually no, it is at the top. My bad. The top of the Bollinger Band there is roughly registering at 47.69. Make it 47.7K. So yeah, right where the candle is at. And the middle basis of the Bollinger Band is at 42.1K. And so the middle of the Bollinger Band is similar to where the 200-day moving average is, and that is roughly 40. Too bright, I can't see. Roughly around 40, 41. I'm sorry, that's the 50. The 200 days right here. 200 days roughly at 40. So bright, I can't see that angle. 48.3. Yeah, it's still 48.3, but the 50-day is near the basis middle of the Bollinger Band, and that's roughly around 41.3. So down here at the white with the white J line of the KDJ, it dropped from 102 to zero point 0.8 to 94.3. And so I mentioned in the previous video, when it reaches the top range here, it has a tendency to round off or go sideways, and eventually it will drop back down. So it's starting to drop back down, but you can see it's chopping sideways. And all three lines are kind of going sideways right now, and they're pinching toward together. When they meet, if the white line drops below the blue and the orange reddish line, then it will go more bearish. But right now I gave it a crab for crabbing sideways. The white MACD line rose some more right there, and you can see that it's putting in more bullish histogram bars. It went from 1,537 to 1,670 and printed the 14th consecutive bullish histogram bar. I gave that a bull. The red RSI line rose into the overbought zone, which is the start of overbought is 70, and it's currently at 70.07. It's a slight drop from when I first did this chart, which was 70.27, and it's flattening out. When it's flattening out, chances are it could round off and go towards the bottom, down. So I gave it a bull and a crab. The aqua CVD line, which is this line at the bottom here, it rose from 1.825 million. So I gave it a bull. It's continued to rise. The white mom momentum indicator, it's flattening out here. It went from 6,078 to 5,287. So I gave that a crap. So momentum slowing down. It's flattening out. So chances are it's going to crap sideways here. So in conclusion, more likely it's going to test this 200-day moving average, and if it fails, it'll crap sideways right below it. If it breaks it, which I think it's going to be rough, challenging to break above it, but if it does, then it'll head further north towards 49.50. Max Pain, I list Max Pain here, but we'll go through it in the chart so you can actually see it. Let's go. First, let's go through here we go. Here's the Max Pain price for the 30th, tomorrow, 48K. 31st will be 47K. And the 1st remains to be at 42K. The 8th will be 44K. And that's it. Well, that's all I loaded. But let's go through the heat map. Heat map sell wall here at 50K. Another smaller one at roughly 48.5K. And there's walls above and below the current price. Down below, we have this deep blackness of blueness here. There's not a lot of major buy walls down below. So if price drop, it's going to drop fast. And the next biggest wall is 35K. And the bigger one is at 32K and 30K. And there's one at 25K too. But we're not even there yet. So why bother looking at it, right? These two walls combined here, 32 and 30K, combined yield roughly about 840 in size. So that's pretty large. But this wall used to be larger, but I think they split up. So keep your positions open down below because it could drop. And when it does, it can drop fast. Let's go to the liquidation levels here. Whoa, why is this? There we go. It was kind of large. So liquidation levels, some of the longs got liquidated when the price dropped down this way. And it was like, what was it? 10 billion on the cumulative liquidation levels delta, which is the amount of money difference between the long liquidation levels here and the short liquidation levels here. That's the difference. So right now it dropped to 6.6 billion on Binance. So that's the difference. So potential for price to go down. If it goes down to, let's say, 46K, it will clear all these levels here. 45K, it'll clear all these levels here. So the potential's there for a counter position, a high leverage counter position to go short and influence the price to drop and collect the money. But it could move either way. But we remember 200-day moving average is hard resistance. So more likely it may drop back down this way. And that's it for our Bitcoin update. We